here.
If you'd ever want.
We are on the way to Wolves Den. Our drift car is still there. If you're wondering where the Aventador is, it's still at the dealership for service. This one just came back last night. But we are getting ready for a drift day. Heading to...
How are you?
The guys at Wolves Den already have the starter out. Ready to rock and roll. Drift car things today.
Okay. Well, I brought 2-gauge wire and I brought 8-gauge wire. So yeah, that's what I was talking to him about.
My drift vet needed a new starter, but it wasn't quite fitting right.
I could try to see if maybe try to shift this. I could try to see if I could try to shift it again a little bit.
Okay.
And then go from there. But it's real close.
We have new starter MacGyvering happening over here. Got some tire mounting happening because drifters need tires. This is Jim working on the helmet project.
It clears pretty good now.
Did it?
I'll have to see just. I mean, it's so tight here, but it's nicer.
Way better.
Yeah.
So now wrap it and then.
Master MacGyverer. With the starter project mostly figured out, it was then time for a quick oil change.
Howdy, little lady. How y'all doing down there?
Do you have your damn cowboy hat on?
Need any help from my cowboy?
Rip's here. A little bit of oil all over the hand whenever the filter came out. Just a few tires. It will be a good test because we currently have Kendas on, and these are Cosmos, so we will be able to do a side-by-side durability test. We added a new set of shoes before it was time to test the new starter. The moment of truth for the new starter is coming right after we get the jump box on, because she needs a little juice. The kids are at the craft table doing their projects.
Still didn't get Jim super straight.
It's okay, we all know you're super straight already.
Yeah, I mean that I'm putting straight. You know. These fingers are made to do many things.
This is not one of them.
This is not one of them. No, not these little fine intricate details. But you know what?
You heard it here first, folks.
From like
Jim's
4
fingers
feet away,
can't
it
do
looks
the
mint.
fine things. Gonna run that by you.
I mean,
Gonna run that by your wife.
I mean, where are we going with this right now?
With the arts and crafts as well as the mechanical and maintenance pieces completed, it was time to head home and get ready for drifting the next day. Unfortunately, the drift car decided that it was going to crab walk all the way home. So something happened driving home, the steering got loose, we're about to troubleshoot exactly what it is. This appears to have broken off of that. About to solder it, but we do not think that is exactly what happened. All right, we just finished tightening every bolt in the sway bar, suspension, etc. that we could think of that might cause it to wiggle as much as it did, lean, turn, get jiggy with it, I don't know. Also soldered that piece that I showed you earlier. Yeah, we tightened stuff like that. So this one, where is it? Can't really see it very well without the light, but there's a bolt up in here that could, oh there it is, right there. That might be related to why we were leaning. It was pretty loose. So we are about to test drive it and see how it drives. Still troubleshooting. This wheel keeps cambering for no reason once weight gets on it, but there actually is a reason. We're pretty sure that something shifted on the control arm or the sway bar underneath here, so. My shin took a hit. You can't see it, but there's like a hole in my leg because this little bitch right here slid right out of there and popped me. this worked, and I really hope it did because I'm really sick of working on this car right now. OMG, I think it worked. I think we have success! There it is. There's the culprit. We thought we fixed it earlier whenever we tightened it, but we actually tightened it into the wrong position. We didn't realize it. That's the lower control arm there. So we had to loosen it again once we realized that it had moved a little bit and slid out for whatever reason when it came loose. So we loosened it, pushed it on the wheel so that it pushed the lower control arm in. We retightened it into the right position, and we are back in business. True durability test will come tomorrow on the track. Leave it to Jim Super to bring out a freaking massive race trailer. This is ridiculous. It's like we're starting an FD team. The not so sexy part of track day is getting all of the cones set up, trying to figure out the layout.
After the unload and the setup, it was time to hit the track and get the tires warm.
There goes Jim. His first run. Doing the typical donuts. Pretty sure he didn't let air out of his tires either. The real professional that knows what he's doing is rocking and rolling.
About halfway into the day, Jim started to string it together and get it.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's probably time. That's usually a good indicator whenever it's starting to ribbon. I would say we got our money's worth out of these tires.
Oh my god.
We got Dylan manning the grill over here. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, you gotta put together. That's the first step. Look at the wheels. That's hilarious. That is really special. Oh, Dylan.
It was awesome to get myself back on the track and drifting again, but it was equally awesome to see Will here drifting for the first time and to also see Jim drifting for the first time.
I don't know. So there's like the traction control light, and then there's one that's like.
Yeah, mine's on.
Yeah, so mine was on first run, and then it came on. I was like, what's different? But when I was to the side, I would feel like a. Ow! I'm like. Give me a Celsius and 50 push-ups. I fucking got it.
And then we pushed it a little too hard.
Here's the definition of a full send. So, reverse didn't work. So we'll be pulling from the front.
Just a quick check to make sure everything was okay after going off the track.
Well, headlight down.
Everything was good, so it was back to regularly scheduled programming. We close out the day with a lot of learning, a whole lot of sliding, and a heck of a lot of fun.
When the tires are still low from drifting and you can't open the door, you gotta climb in like it's a NASCAR.
Once we were home, it was time to unload and do a little bit of cleaning. We are now 8 months into this drifting thing and absolutely love it. Stay tuned for future drifting videos as we get better.